This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West, answering more questions today for the Power Project. And by the way, I got a great response to the Power Project, army@yahoo.com email address. I released it a day or two ago and got about 57 emails right off the bat. So if you have questions, that's where you want to dump them to. I'll still check my Facebook and stuff the best I can, but my time is getting more and more limited. I'm getting more and more grizzled. I'm getting older and more disgusting by the second. So try to direct your questions to powerprojectarmy@yahoo.com and I'll be able to better help you guys out. So the question for today is from David Puckett, and it's about Carb Nite. Get a lot of questions about Carb Nite and carbohydrate backloading. Just again to be clear and reiterate, I have utilized Carb Nite to successfully lose about 60 pounds. You can go to dangerouslyhardcore.com and you can order the book called Carb Nite, so that way you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. But basically, it's a ketogenic diet, which means a low carbohydrate diet. Basically trying not to ingest any carbohydrates for 7 days. It's impossible not to take in any carbohydrates, but trying to keep it as low as possible for 7 days. On the 7th day, the last 2 meals, you can kind of eat whatever you want. The fatter you are, the stricter you need to be. The stricter you need to be in the beginning. After you lose some weight and get some momentum going, you can start to make some changes. David Puckett said that he's seen the success I've had, and he really likes the Power Project, and he's lost about 30 pounds. And his schedule's about to change coming up. If I'm breathing weird, it's because it feels like I have a knife in my back after doing some squats and some heavy deadlifts this week. Things are a little bit grizzled. Anyway, got a gnome in my back, I think. The question is, he wants to know, his schedule's changing. He wants to know kind of like how to modify his Carb Nite, or, you know, should he have it so it matches up better with his schedule and better with his timing. You know, I would always say this, whether it's Carb Nite or carb backloading, or you're trying to eat some carbs post-workout or whatever, like if you train in the morning, you get that question a lot. I train in the morning, when should I eat my carbs? Just the next 2 meals, and maybe if you're a leaner guy, your post-workout shake should have carbohydrates in it, and maybe then your next meal as well has maybe your next 2 meals, if you're a leaner guy, has carbohydrates in it. For those of you following carbohydrate backloading, if you're doing carb, and just doesn't matter what time it is, just after you train, just you have a post-workout shake, and then you have a meal or 2 after that consists of some carbohydrates in there as well. Don't eat like a pig. You know, just realize that eating junk food is not going to yield the best results. It can help you get in some calories here and there if you're trying to maintain muscle mass, but really, you know, things like candy and stuff like that are just foods that are not optimal towards your goals. Even though John Kiefer recommends eating some sugary stuff, that's to kind of basically to shuttle the carbohydrates into your system post-workout. But again, too much of that is going to not lead to the best gain. So try your best to stick with potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, all the basic bodybuilding tools that people have used forever. Been proven time and time again to be very effective. But for any of you out there who have scheduling problems, you have to train at a different time, you have this or that coming up, make it convenient, but also the first 2 or 3 meals after your workout session, you can have some carbohydrates. Also, try to factor in what kind of workout was it. How hard was the workout? If the workout wasn't that hard and that intense, maybe you don't need carbohydrates for that particular day. And for you, on Carb Nite, I would apply the same principle. So, you know, if you're sounds like you're working nights, just make it convenient. Find a day that you can eat your carbohydrates. You've already lost 30 pounds, so if you feel like you're getting closer to your goals, maybe it's time to add in a second Carb Nite, or maybe it's time to add in post-workout carbohydrates after, or intra-carbohydrates as I call them, during your workouts. I usually have about 100 grams of protein and 100 grams of carbs during the workout, which ends up being kind of a monster shake, and I've actually have thought about splitting it up, having half at home and half at the gym just because it's becoming a pretty enormous shake. It's kind of hard to mix in a shaker cup, in a normal shaker cup anyway. So that's my suggestion to you. Find what's convenient, find what's easy for you, find what's manageable, because remember, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon, and you want to keep those 30 pounds off, and you want to continue, and you probably also still want to lose some more weight. So always keep that in mind, that this is, you're in it for the long haul. If shit gets boring, shit gets bland, then you're going to be out, you're going to be out very quickly. So always keep that in the front of your fat head. And that is it from supertraining.tv. Oh, we got a fan. Hi, fan.